Hi, good day everyone. Okay, so for our session for today, we will be discussing one of our topic for this term, which is the social grace. Okay, are you excited to listen and to learn new things about social grace? Okay, so for our learning objectives class, at the end of the session, the students must define what is social grace all about. And number two is let's cite some examples of social grace and how we will apply the social grace on our environment or different event or settings in our lives. Okay, so to start with, we have the introduction here. So let's define what is social grace or social graces. So these are considered as the skills, manners, and behaviors that allow individuals to interact politely, confidently, and respectfully with others in different social settings. So the importance of social graces in the context of personal and professional development class, it helps to build good relationships, boost self-confidence, and prepare individuals for personal and professional success. So we have types of social graces class. So number one is may tinatawag tayong basic manners. So I do believe no, lahat tayo sabi nga nila when we are on our childhood days, tinuturo na sa atin yung good manners and the right conduct. Pero now, as you are studying professional development, how we will grow more to be a prepared professionals someday. Okay, so do not forget, number one, as part of our basic manners, to say please and thank you. Okay, especially to your future coworkers. Okay? So, start naman yan class sa loob ng school eh. So, if kayo, yung tipo ng tao na if you are asking for a favor to your classmates or even no sa mga kasama nyo ngayon sa bahay o sino man ang inyong nakakasalamuha or nakaka-interact, lalo na if we are asking favor with them, do not forget to say please and thank you. Kasi ito po is nag-showcase ng um, humbleness and at the same time, you are respecting the other people. Sabihin, um, hindi ka basta-basta nag-aas lang ng favor dahil gusto mo lang makuha yung yung pinapagawa mo sa kanila. Okay? But rather than at the end of the line, you will give appreciation as well doon sa taong hiningian mo usually ng favor. Okay? Kasi sa trabaho kasi class, hindi nawawala yung nagpapa-assist tayo, no? Sometimes may mga hindi tayo alam gawin, no? So may mga bagay din tayong gustong itanong. May mga bagay tayong gustong i-clarify sa workplace. So what you will do is to have a conversation to your coworkers. So at the end of the conversation, as part of the basic manner, is to say please and thank you. Very basic siya, pero ito po yung mahirap i-practice ng iilan. Kasi sometimes too much familiarity, no? Sabihin ko po, kapag matagal mo nang kasama yung tao, matagal mo nang kakilala, even ka-workmate mo na siya for a long period of time, nakakalimutan po natin to. But again, this is part of the social grace po, is to say please and thank you, no? And also respecting personal space. So ito naman class, we are talking about class para hindi kayo malito. We are talking about um, in a working environment, yung settings natin. Kasi I'm preparing you din, lahat kayo, na at the end of the day, magtatrabaho kayo, alam ninyo kung paano kayo kikilos, paano makikipag-communicate on a professional way. No? So, kailangan may growth tayo at the end of the day. Okay? Hindi po yung ugali natin ngayon as being a student, yun din po yung madadala natin pag tayo nagtrabaho 2 or 3 years from now. So, kailangan po natin yang i-work out. Okay? So, respecting personal space class, it is something to do with the time of other people. Ayan. Okay, so kung mapapansin ninyo, ako, I keep on reminding you or other students that on every weekend, I'm not I'm not entertaining any chats or any personal messages or email no, sa aking mga estudyante. Bakit? Because weekend is my rest day. So which means may kanya-kanya tayong oras, may kanya-kanya tayong ginagawa sa buhay. So hindi po natin pwedeng basta-basta lang, okay? Um, makaistorbo, no, sa ibang tao. So, pwede siguro, let's say for example, you must know the limitation of that specific person. Lalo na kung kilala mo siya na nagbibigay siya sa inyo ng boundaries when it comes to time. Or there are times naman, hindi lang sa oras. May mga limbawa, meron kayong makakatrabaho or magkakaroon kayo ng boss na if nasa quiet time siya sa office, no, big sabihin nun, you know it already na hindi mo siya pwedeng istorbohin lang basta-basta. Then that is part of personal space. Kung alam mong maraming ginagawa, hindi mo rin siya pwedeng basta-bastang kausapin kahit na gaano ka-importante yung ede-discuss mo sa boss mo. Or there are times naman as part of respecting personal space, if sinabi sa inyo ng boss ninyo sa trabaho na I will entertain or um, let's have some consultation or meeting sa ganitong schedule lang, so yun lang din po yung susundin ninyo at hindi po kayo pwedeng basta-basta magpasingit ng oras. Kasi may mga sarili-sarili ang oras na dapat nilang tapusin at gawin na kung saan kailangan nating unawain yon. Okay? So, wag tayong sobrang laging gusto first priority. Hindi po. Kasi lahat po tayo or even sa workplace, may mga busy, ano po yan, moments. So, we need um, to be sensitive on that. And that is basic manners. Kaya ako halimbawa, no, halimbawa ako meron akong i-consult kay Dean. So usually pag alam kong busy siya sa office, maraming ginagawa, so i-ano ko siya, ika-cancel ko muna the next day or pwedeng tatanungin ko muna prior kung pwedeng makausap on this specific time and date. Ganun po yun. Okay? So, another is greeting people properly. Ayan, as we go along kasi, no, ito na po yung nawawala sa culture natin, which is to greet people. Which means, pag sinabing properly, if kayo po ay makakasalubong ng teachers nyo o hindi nyo teachers, greet them by good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Pero ngayon kasi ang nangyayari, ang ang ating ano na lang, greetings is hi, hello, hi ma'am, hello sir, 'di ba? Though that is acceptable din naman, pero when we say properly, what is the right phrases to be used po in greeting other people? Okay, kung yan po ay mga teachers, you're supposed to use phrases like ano ba yung timeline sa oras na yan. So greet them sa kung ano man yung uh, ano yung dapat nating gamiting phrases. Okay? So, another thing, greeting people properly. For example, sa office, no? Trabaho na kayo and pagpasok nyo sa office, lahat na ng workmate mo busy, no? And do not forget to greet them. Lahat sila, even they are busy. Hindi yung papasok ka doon, busy naman sila eh. Hindi na ako mag-hi hello, hindi na ako mag-good morning. Okay lang yan, kanya-kanyang trabaho naman kami dito. No, you need to greet them properly. Marinig ka man o hindi, at least you know that you did that as being a professional. Okay? So another thing that is part of the social graces po is communication etiquette. So number one, sa workplace natin, number one po na kailangan nating i-adopt is the active listening. Okay, so yung active listening kasi there are times, 'di ba, na may mga coworkers tayo or even our boss, no? Merong mga um, nagkakaroon ng problems, misunderstanding inside the institution or the organization. So, as part of the etiquette kasi, you must listen for both sides, no? Kung meron mang mag-a-arise na problem. Okay? Hindi tayo pwedeng mag one-sided just simply because yung isang workmate natin is close natin or yung isang workmate natin, long time friend mo na siya. Or there are times naman na yung boss mo, hindi mo kasi siya kasundo. Eh siya yung issue. So ngayon, papanig ka ngayon sa side ng mga kaklose mo. So as part of the etiquette, you need to listen first for what is the problem para makita ninyo ano ba talaga yung root ng naging misunderstanding. And that is part of the etiquette. Hindi ka pwedeng kahit ba sabihin natin very very evident din kasi ma'am na para bang mas papanigan dapat yung side ng mga kaklose ko. Kasi tama po yung sinasabi po nila sa work eh. May mali po sa boss namin. But it doesn't mean na kahit evident yun, you will not check on the root cause. So by means of active listening, no, mag-explain both parties what happened. And lagi po tayo mag-iingat sa mga hearsays ng mga nakakasama natin sa workplace kasi hindi po natin alam kung saan din po nagmumula yung mga taong laging napag-uusapan sa loob ng workplace. 'Di ba? So it's part of etiquette or sometimes pwede kang maging neutral. Okay, nasa gitna ka lang and try to focus and i-search mo, okay, what's really the problem? Okay? So that's part of etiquette. Never kang makikipagkampihan. Unethical po yan. So, pwede ka sigurong mag-comment, no? Pero, at the end of the line, wala kang papanigan. Okay po? Ayan. So, another part of communication etiquette is what we call speaking politely and clearly. So, dito sa part na to, if, ayan, balik tayo sa example ko kanina, if may mga misunderstanding sa loob ng workplace. So, number one kasi kailangan nating i-check on what is the right place to talk with yung issues or misunderstanding ng mga workers sa loob ng organization. Okay? So, hindi po pwedeng during working hours or pwedeng pag-uusapan nyo siya during break time, no? Or pwede pag-uusapan nyo siya pag-uwian nyo na. Eh, kung gusto nating maklarado yung mga bagay, so we have the right place and time to talk, no? And ask para maklear po sa atin ang lahat. It's a form of transparency. Okay? Kasi unethical po that we are talking the back of other people as well. Mamaya magkamali pa tayo ng mga words and um, other messages po na matransfer natin to each other. And then at the end of the day, maiiba din yung pasa sa ibang kausap, nagiging magulo po yung mas lalo nagiging magulo yung issue na dapat masettle, mas lalong lumalalim. And if we are very reliable naman din sa ating mga source or ating evidence, no, doon sa cause ng problem or misunderstanding, kailangan nating maging tapat po doon. We need to be honest with that. Wala kang isi-sugarcoat, wala kang i-filter kasi may pinoprotektahan ka. Hindi po ganon. So, you need to communicate it well, okay? Kasi sabi nga nila, honesty is the best policy. It's okay kung kaibigan mo sa trabaho medyo ma-hurt or medyo masaktan, bakit naman? Ba't mo naman ako nilaglag? O bakit naman ganun yung sinabi mo? Hindi mo naman finilter ng kaunti para naman ma-save ako ng kahit papano. So, sa work kasi, hindi tayo pwedeng gumawa ng ganong actions, lalo na kung very serious na po yung issue at very needed na ng action plan. So, kailangan nating maging honest para mas mapabilis po yung pagre-resolve. Okay? At hindi po siya hinahaluan ng galit, hindi rin hinahaluan ng taas ng boses at sama ng loob na naipon. Sometimes kasi if we have a lot of grudges na, iba na po yung naikukwento natin, iba na po yung naitatransfer nating message or explanation to other people. So we cannot speak well if we have a lot of grudge. Okay? So, naipon na ba yung inis mo? So, hindi rin siya magiging effective. And respecting opinions of others. So, ito naman po, the settings is like, sa workplace pa rin tayo, no? May meeting, no? Meron kailangang iayos na project sa organization. So, lahat yan merong perspective. Lahat yan merong gustong ipa-implement. Merong ideas lahat. Everybody's very creative. So, we need to respect the suggestions po ng lahat. So, wag nating ipaparamdam that our perspective lang po ang laging tama. Okay? So, parang by the phrases that we need to use po is something like, sige, let's check on Miss Amido's suggestion. Parang okay din yung suggestion niya. And check din natin yung kay Miss Villanueva. Parang pwede bang i-collaborate yung ideas nila, baka mas maging maayos. Pero never tayong magde-decline po ng suggestion and opinions of others. And never to say during the meeting, no, once makarinig kayo ng opinion na off sa inyo, never to use the phrases, ang pangit naman ng idea mo. Ay, parang hindi maganda yan, hindi yan magiging unethical po yun. Okay? So, the best word that you can use, yeah, let's try on that. Parang okay din siya. Sige, um, let's test the waters. Uh, if it's something to do with the success of our organization and magwo-work itong natin, suggestion, then go. Try natin yung opinion mo. And if it will not work, so ano bang pwede natin gawin? Siguro yung suggestion ni Miss Althea, try natin. Ganon. Okay? Para at least, tayo, magkakasundo sa loob ng working place or the organization. So sometimes kasi kaya nag-i-start din yung mga misunderstanding, walang etiquette pati yung mga nasa loob. Though we are not telling that magpaka-perfect tayo no, as individual kasi all of us has a lot of mistakes din talaga. Pero dapat merong growth doon. Meron tayong kahit papanong adjustment on our personality and behavior. Okay? So para bang kung sa bahay, ito yung ugali mo, pala desisyon ka, no? Or pala plano ka, ikaw lang ang pinapakinggan, wag natin siyang dadalhin sa workplace. Kasi ibang settings na po yun. Kung nasa bahay ka at ikaw is na papansin mo, ikaw lang yung pinakikinggan, your voice, your plans, and everything, it's okay. Kasi nasa bahay ka lang naman eh. Yun yung settings ninyo sa bahay. Pero sa workplace, mag-iiba po yan. So, we need to adjust po. Okay? So, another is appearance in grooming. So, yung appearance in grooming naman natin, dressing appropriately for different occasions. So, we'll give you an example. If you will go to work, what is supposedly ang dapat nating maging suot, no? So, pwede ba tayong naka-plunging lang, naka-shorts lang, naka-chinelas? Okay? So, may mga pala, sometimes may mga students din pala ako nakikita. Sana wala sa section ninyo. Pasok sa school, parang nakapambahay lang or parang nasa bahay lang. Okay lang naman mag-wash day ng attire or civilian, pero make sure naman natin na presentable pa din kayo. Hindi kayo pupunta ng bar or party. No? Ayan. So, pag nagtrabaho, isa po to sa ginegradean ng boss ninyo. Okay? Yung the way po kayo manamit, the way kayo magdala ng suot ninyo in order for you to see that this person is very professional. Kasi nagre-reflect po dyan ang inyong personality as well. Different occasions. So, halimbawa, pupunta ka naman ng event ng school. Okay, may mga certain events tayo. So, ano ba ang kailangang isuot ng isang estudyante once we attend, halimbawa, may mga intrams. So, normally, casual yung mga yan. Okay, meron tayong Christmas party. Ano ba yung theme pag Christmas party? Okay? Na hindi nakakabastos tingnan at hindi naman medyo nakakailang tingnan. So, you must check on your appearance in grooming. No? Depende po sa lugar na pinupuntahan natin. And practicing good hygiene as well, it's very important. Especially kayo as college student and future kayo magtatrabaho, you need to evaluate kung nakakapag-ayos, no? So may mga chances tayo na para bang papasok tayo sa school, parang kagigising lang, no? Papasok tayo sa school, para bang tamad ka, nakalimutan mo yatang magplansya pa ng damit mo, no? Ayan. Kasama yan sa hygiene. Ano ba, pagpasok mo sa school, you need to check also on your shoes. Baka naman, sobrang dami na ng putik ng sapatos mo, pwede namang punasan, baka hindi rin napunasan. Okay, ano pa ba? Okay, you need to practice good hygiene. Baka, even girls, no? Kakalimutan ng magsuklay. Okay? Even boys, baka mapapansin ninyo, okay lang ba tong buhok ko? Baka sobrang haba na, mukha na akong bandang lapis nito, 'di ba? So, sa work, tinitignan din 'yan, yung ayos ng hair, pagbahaba na rin ng hair, no? Dapat alam niyo na 'yan, especially boys, is nagpapa-haircut na tayo. Kasi part po 'yan ng grooming. Okay? And another is carrying oneself with confidence. Ayan. So, paano ba natin to ginagawa? So, once we are communicating other people, you are confident the way you dress, and then, hindi kayo mahihiya kasi para bang, ang ayos-ayos niyong tingnan. Nakakadagdag kasi yan ng K sa, sa isang tao. Yung you know to yourself that you are well-groomed and you can communicate well kasi alam mong sobrang ayos mo, no? The way you speak, personal appearance mo. Kasi minsan may mga taong they don't have confidence kasi there's something wrong with their appearance in grooming. Okay, so I will not mention some samples na bakit yung iba walang confidence. Pero may mga ilan akong um, nakakausap, even mga workmates, no? Or even mga students before, bakit nagkakaroon ng lack of confidence in communicating. Yung appearance in grooming kasi. Okay? Para bang they feel like made-decline sila or they're not deserved to talk with other people kasi ito lang ako or parang yung itsura ko, ganyan. So, hindi naman kailangan sobrang ganda, sobrang gwapo para sila po yung maging no, sila yung dapat lang kinakausap or dapat dapat makasundo. Hindi po ganun. What I mean is that you can communicate to other people talaga kasi unang-una, you're trusting yourself na maayos kang tao. So, nagre-reflect po yan sa appearance. Okay? And do not forget, as part of the self-confidence, baka nakakalimutan natin sometimes ngumiti. Yan. Kasi minsan yung smile, yan po yung nakaka-add up sa day ng ibang tao. And syempre sa'yo din. Diba, para bang kumasayahin ka, para ba yung mga tao sa paligid mo masayahin din? Diba? Nung nakatagpo ba kayo ng mga taong malungkutin, parang ikaw napakalungkot mo na din. Ako, I want to meet people na masayahin. Pero, ewan ko ba, may mga times na may mamimit ako mga malulungkutin. Parang, um, syempre dinadivert ko yun kasi may personality is masayahin din in a way. Pero syempre, minsan ako yung nahihila eh. Malungkot na sila, malungkot din ako. Ayun. So, kailangan natin siyang i-work out din as part of our grooming. Kasi kahit gaano ka kaayos, if you're not smiling, kung gaano din kaganda, kung kaganda ka, if nakabusangot ka din lagi, di ba? So, try to imagine that. Parang, hindi ka rin gugustuhin kausap ng ibang tao. Okay? Though we are respecting them, baka naman yung itsura lang. Pero yun nga, sa trabaho kasi, kailangan ka ding mag-adjust. Lalo na kayo pag nag-work. Another is dining etiquette po. Using utensils properly, waiting everyone before eating, and table manners, informal and informal meals. So, lahat na ba kayo have you experienced to eat on a fine dining restaurant? Magkakaiba kasi yan eh. If we are in fast food chain, 'di ba? Usually it's okay kung anong kubyertos or sometimes wala naman masyadong kubyertos sa fast food chain, no? Pero pagdating sa mga fine dining restaurant, para bang you know how to use the dinner fork, the dinner spoon, the soup spoon, the dessert spoon, anong oras or anong klase ng food mo dapat gamitin, tong klase ng mga utensils na to as part of the table manners, no? Kasi nagre-reflect din po 'yan sa ating pagiging professional. You know how to use those uh, utensils pag kayo po ay pumasok sa restaurant. And most of the time, fine dining restaurant ha. So, most of the time, mga conversations, pag nasa loob kayo ng tahimik, ng mga fine dining restaurant, hindi ka basta-basta pwedeng mag-ingay, magtawanan, ng basta-basta na usually pwede natin magawa sa mga fast food chain lang. Okay? So, pag pumasok ka sa isang eleganteng restaurant, dapat even your suot, no? Kahit papaano naman, pang fine dining yung ating dress up. Hindi yung parang pupunta lang tayo ng palengke or parang bibili ng suka. I know, hindi nyo pa to siguro na-experience o maaaring maiba sa inyo, pero pag kayo nagkatrabaho, may experience nyo pumasok sa mga fine dining restaurant, it's very different. Yung behavior natin nag-iiba. Okay? Kasi, kailangan mong ilugar. Nasa ibang settings ka para bang pag pumunta ka ng occasion sa kasalan, ikaw ba, magme-main character ka doon sa kasalan, 'di ba? So most of the time, 'di ba, you need to watch the groom and the bride, yung ceremony. Hindi ka pwedeng ikaw yung bida doon. Ilalagay mo, bibigyan mo ng limitasyon yung sarili mo. So same thing with the dining etiquette din. Okay? So may mga particular particular settings tayo na inilulugar po natin yung ating manners. So, especially yung table manners, familiar kayo din dapat dyan. Okay? Ano pa ba? Sa table manners natin, or kahit siguro sabihin natin nasa bahay lang kayo, 'di ba? Sometimes, hindi ka pwedeng kumain ng, lalo na kung may kasabay ka naman, depende na lang kung mag-isa kang kakain. Kung may mga kasabay kayong kakain, you need to wait for them. Part of etiquette 'yan. Okay? Pero kung ikaw lang naman talaga mag-isa kakain, it's fine, walang problema dun. Pero yung wala pa, hindi pa sila nakaupo lahat sa hapag, okay, ikaw, kumukuha ka na ng kanin, ng ulam, nauna ka na kumain. So, you need to wait for them po bago ka mag-start kumain. And that's part of etiquette. Okay? So, ganun din po yan sa workplace. Halimbawa, may mga parties, di ba? Hindi ka naman pwedeng ikaw na yung unang sumandok ng minudo ng Christmas party ninyo hanggat wala pang ina-announce ang host or MC na magkakainan na. Okay? So, antayin mo lahat. Sabay-sabay kakain. And that is part of dining etiquette. No? There, may ma-share lang ako sa inyo, no? Meron akong experience before, way back 2015, workmate namin, nauna pa yung take out niya eh. Hindi pa nag-start yung party. Okay, pero sinave niya na muna yung take out niya, knowing nakakain pa lahat. So, hindi ka, supposedly, hindi ka muna dapat magte-take out kasi hindi pa lahat nakakain. Ang take out po, once may matirang pagkain, tama ba? Pero kung wala pang kainan at hindi pa nabubuksan lahat ng mga food, huwag ka muna magsisave to yourself. Or sometimes naman, hindi take out, tinatago niya na yung kanya kasi ayaw maubusan. Okay? O tinatakpan na kasi baka magkaubusan. So, hindi po magandang tingnan yun. Kung may matira, may matira. Kung wala, di wala. At least, at the end of the line, hindi ka ganun ka, I will use the word, hindi ka ganun kagarapal sa pagkain, no? Din kasi yun, nakakasira ng image mo if ganun ka. Okay? And professional etiquette as well. Kasama po dito yung punctuality. So, yung punctuality natin, it involves the time. Okay? Yung attendance natin, especially pag nag-work na po tayo, no? Number one na tinitingnan sa atin dyan, yung um, schedule mo sa trabaho, if pumapasok ka ba on time, or ikaw ba yung tipo ng empleyado na hindi mahilig mag-absent, hindi ka mahilig gumamit ng leave mo, no? Ikaw ba yung tipo ng empleyadong you are consuming your time talaga pagdating sa trabaho, okay? Kumbaga, kahit nagchichismisan na yung mga ka-workmates mo, ikaw nasa pagtatrabaho pa din ang ginagawa. So that is part of punctuality kasi hindi mo po hinahayaan na masayangan ka ng oras. Okay? Ako, I'm proud to myself, no? At the same time, I just want to share na basta working hours ako. I can talk to other people as well, pero very minimal lang kasi I want to use my time talaga na lahat po yun ay magamit. Okay? Kasi ayoko nasasayangan din talaga ng oras. Okay? So, yan po yung sa punctuality natin. Okay, and then we have the proper email and phone etiquette. Ayan, so sa email natin, sample natin, if meron tayong email sa boss natin, do not forget to start with the greetings, no? Anong concern? Okay? Ano yung kailangan mong ipagpaalam or ano yung content ng email mo. Hindi ka basta-basta magsisend ng email na nagda-direct to the point ka agad kung ano po ang inyong concern. Okay? So, you need also to have the phone etiquette. Say for example, bago po kayo tumawag sa boss ninyo, no? Kung meron kayong urgent na ipagpapaalam, try to message him muna or her through PM if pwede kayong tumawag. Kasi mamaya nasa meeting siya, nasa labas ba siya, or may ginagawa ba, and then bigla ka na lang kukontak, tatawagan mo na lang ng walang walang kaabog-abog. So, syempre magugulat yun. Anong concern? So, as part of the phone etiquette, you need to message muna if it's okay to call. And then, pag nag-response po, dun po tayo magko-call sa kanya. Pero kung walang response, halimbawa, kahit very urgent, huwag kang tatawag hanggat walang response. And that's part of the etiquette po. Kasi, ganun din yun. Walang pinagkaiba yun. Ma'am, nag-message naman na kami na kung pwede tumawag. Di tawagan na lang namin, tagal po ng reply, very urgent po eh. Or you can use email. Ngayon kung hindi ka talaga masagot, part of ethics po talaga yan na kailangan mag-antay sa response. Ganun po. Huwag tayong pumilit na kailangan ma-replyan ka agad or yung request mo ma-attenan agad. Hindi po ganun yun. Okay? And respect in the workplace as well. So, alam nyo na yung respect in workplace. So, lahat po is, again, ulitin ko lang, lahat po tayo ay may individual differences. So, might as well po, kung ano yung character ng ating mga makakatrabaho soon, ano po ang kanilang pinapakita sa inyo, is it good or bad yung kanilang mga ginagawa. Because all of us are not perfect, nga gaya ng sabi ko kanina, just choose to be silent and lawakan yung pangunawa. Yun lang ang pwede ko sa inyong mai-advise at the same time. Kasi, kahit ba sabihin natin kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin, they have their own lives and we know na meron silang sariling pananaw at perspective. Okay? So, might as well, just, again, just be silent and just say, yeah, it's okay. Sabi nga nila, kung saan ka masaya. Ganong part, wag mo na usisain. Yung trabaho mo na lang yung pakilaman mo. Parang ganun. Kasi, naman may sariling buhay din naman yan sila. So, hindi mo sabi nga nila, di ba may kasabihan, hindi mo maitutuwid ang isang matanda na puno, no? Parang sa tao lang. If yan is talagang ayaw magpasaway or ayaw magpasuheto, he is not accepting advice or hindi siya listener, wala na po tayong magagawa dyan. But rather than to respect, na yun siya. Yun sila. Okay? Digital etiquette, okay, or netiquette is, number 1 po is respectful online communication. Okay? So, ito, bigyan ko kayo ng halimbawa, yung mga posting natin through your Facebook account. Ayan, di ba lahat kayo may mga Facebook? So, make sure natin that you need to use captions na hindi po nakakabastos on your part. Okay, di ba may mga minsan may mga posting tayo, di ba? Anong captions ba dapat doon? O baka naman yung caption mo may pinariringgan ka. So, hindi dapat ganun ang mga post natin. Most of the time, okay nang wag ka na mag-post. Kung meron kang kagalit o meron kang gustong paringgan, makipag-usap ka na lang personally sa kanila. Huwag mong daanin sa through online parinigan, no? Kanya-kanyang post, kanya-kanyang sagot din ng post, no? Sa pamamagitan ng iba't ibang mga quotes or ibang mga ginagawa natin na posting para lang makakommunicate tayo doon sa mga taong hindi natin nakakasundo or yung nakaaway natin or hindi natin nagustuhan ng ginawa. Okay? And at the same time, yung cyberbullying, no, it is very important din na malaman yung students na pwede din tayo makasuhan dito if tayo po ay nagme-mention ng name through online sa posting natin ng mga tao. Okay, na sabihin na natin na meron kasi silang nagawa and whatsoever, pero never to use social media po to use their name. Kasi unethical po yun. Sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, as part of the etiquette, if you want to talk to them personally, wag doon. Kasi sa Facebook po, marami po nakakita, marami nakakabasa. So, mas gusto nyo bang pag-usapan pa? So, hindi, di ba? So, maganda, kayo-kayo na lang ang mag-settle. Wag na po sa Facebook. Dahil dumadami pa ang viewers ninyo at nakakaalam ng mga problem na supposedly kayo na lang dapat ang magsisettle. Okay? Kasi lumalala po minsan through social media. Wala nang katapusang replyan, parinigan, no? So yung buhay ninyo nandun na sa loob ng social media. So as part of the etiquette, no, wag niyo po doon dadaanin. Okay? Usually pag may nakasamaan ng loob, wag po doon, wag na wag. Sometimes, no, mention na ba kita, di ka pa nagbayad ng utang, ayun. So, hindi rin siya magandang tingnan. Message nyo na lang. Ay, kung ayaw pa din, o pwede ka mag-file kung sa barangay, mga ganyan, no? So, wala pa naman siguro sa inyo sa part na yan, no? So, mas maganda kasi i-process natin siya ng mas maayos and very transparent. Okay? And another digital etiquette is using social media responsibly. Ayun na nga yung sinabi ko kanina, no? May advantage sa atin ang social media, pero may disadvantage din po. So, nasa atin po kung paano natin siya gagamitin wisely, with wisdom as well, at kung paano po ito makakatulong hindi lang sa atin, even to other people. So, social media, you can use that if you're posting some positive quotations, no, sayings that will encourage everyone in their everyday lives. Ayan, sending quotes or sending thankful notes sa mga workmates ninyo, kahit di sa social media, sa mga group chat. Okay? Hindi yung kung ano-ano mga pinopost din natin at the same time. Okay? Or even us, if may mga broken-hearted, okay, ang dami pa rin parinigan sa social media, wag na doon. Okay? Tago nyo na lang, kayo-kayo na lang mag-usap. Wag na natin siyang parating pa sa ah, ibang tao. Or kung gusto nyo naman na talagang may someone na share ninyo, wag nyo po sa social media. You can contact a friend or call a friend to talk with. Okay? At least you have a private life. And that's for the digital etiquette. So importance of social graces in development in personal or professional development is it builds self-confidence in social interaction skills, enhances communication, creates positive impression on others, strengthens relationship, personal, academic, and professional, and open doors for career opportunities. In examples in daily life, greeting classmates and teachers politely, dressing neatly during presentations, practicing active listening when friends share stories, using respectful language in group chats or online posts. So for our conclusion now, class, social graces are not just about etiquette, but about showing respect, kindness, and professionalism by practicing social graces. Individuals grow in maturity and character, making them more prepared for success in both personal and professional life. Okay? So actually, it will start with ourselves, class, no? In order to achieve the right behavior, kasi lahat naman tayo is working in progress. Okay, mag-uumpisa lang po talaga sa atin yan. Kahit ilang teachers pa siguro mag-discuss sa atin about social grace, if we will not decide with our own, ano ba yung dapat nating gawin as a person. Kasi dapat ang tao habang tumatanda, habang nakakapagtapos ng ilang degree, dapat may growth siya sa sarili niya. Especially on how to interact to other people professionally. Okay? Kasi hindi tayo magmamatured once tayo po ay mas stuck po sa behavior natin ng laging tayo is batang isip. No? Yung laging andun tayo sa nakasanayan ko na kasi to eh. So how you will work with those people at the end of the day, yung mahirap pakisamahan kung ikaw um, hindi ka malawak and you're not practicing at the same time the proper etiquette. So lahat na lang ng tao sa trabaho mo, problema mo. Which is sometimes, baka ikaw ang kailangang mag-grow at mag-mature. So, it will start with the etiquette and those social graces that we discuss today. Okay, so I hope and pray you learn something from today's lesson. So, get ready with our short quiz on Wednesday before the report of the next group sa subject natin sa quality service management. And I hope that everybody po is present on Wednesday. So thank you so much, class, for listening. God bless you all and happy Tuesday, everyone. Goodbye.